So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, make sure you smash the likes on this video. As you know, it helps the algorithm. Really appreciate you guys that are liking the videos. Like all the videos. I put up a Jamel Herring Shakur Stevenson video yesterday. Go and smash the like on that button and watch that video. It was a breakdown of the fight. But what I want to talk about today is one of my subscribers wanted me to talk about this fight. He feels that I'm not giving it enough attention. And that's Terence Crawford v. Shawn Porter. Terence Bud Crawford v. Shawn Porter. I think this is a great fight. Great fight. I think certain fights need more attention than the others. And I am a bit disappointed that I haven't given this fight more attention. I think it deserves it. I think Terence Crawford I believe he's gifted. I know some of you guys think he's overrated and you think he hasn't got the resume, but honestly, I'm a fan of Crawford. I think Crawford's a great fighter. I think he's very talented. I think he's very gifted. And I think he's a problem. I think he's a problem. And I think right now I would pick him to beat Spence just because of where Spence is in his career. I would favor Terence Crawford to do a job on him. Maybe a couple years ago, it may have been different. But right now, I think I would favor Terence Bud Crawford to do a lot of damage in that fight. I think Crawford is on an unbelievable talent. I think he's very gifted. I think he's one of the best out there. I do. And I think it's going to be very difficult for him to get beaten. I do. I think he's a special talent. No doubt about it. And I think my prediction is, and I know people think that I'm crazy. People think I'm crazy. But I believe Terence Crawford will stop Shawn Porter. And I think he'll knock him out. I think a lot of people look at this fight and think Shawn Porter's tough. He's been down, he's got back up, he's got a granite chin. I get all of that. But he's been through a lot of wars. He's been through a lot of tough fights. He's been through the windmill. He's been through a lot. For me, I don't believe, and I might be wrong, and I've been wrong before. I believe that Shawn Porter is coming to the twilight of his career. I believe Shawn Porter has been through a lot of wars. He's not a fresh fighter. He's still good and he's still going to give anyone a rumble. But I believe that he is at the twilight of his career. I think he's aged well. And I don't think he's past his best like a Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Keith Thurman, who I think are past their best. I think he's still got a lot more than those guys. And I would pick him to beat all of those guys. However, I do think he's coming up against a tactician. I think he's coming up against a genius in Terence Crawford. And I think he's been through a lot of wars. And I think in this fight, he's going to get outclassed. I think in this fight, Shawn Porter's going to meet his match where Shawn Porter is going to be outclassed. And I think he's going to be stopped. Because a lot of people seem to think Spence couldn't stop him, this, that, and the other. Spence isn't fast like Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford puts combinations together and he catches you with shots that you don't see coming. Remember, Broner put Shawn Porter down, and who has he ever stopped? He's not a big puncher. He put him down and he hurt him bad in that round. Yeah, Porter got up and he survived, but Broner put him down. So don't think that just because a guy's smaller, he can't hurt Porter. Yes, he can. You catch somebody with the right shot, and when you're fast, like Terence Crawford, there's a good chance that Terence Crawford would catch Shawn Porter with a shot you don't see coming and he gets hurt. And Terence Crawford's not Adrian Broner. Terence Crawford is he's got predatory killer instincts. When he gets you hurt, you're in big trouble because he has so much in his arsenal. He has so much weapons. He has so much shot, so many punches in his arsenal. He has so much variety that he's going to stop you. He's going to knock you out. I believe Shawn Porter's in trouble in this fight. I don't think he wins this fight. I think Terence Crawford is going to outclass him. And I do think Terence Crawford will stop him. Terence Crawford will be the first man to stop Shawn Porter. And this is a very important fight for Terence Crawford, because if Terence Crawford looks bad or loses against Shawn Porter, he's going to be called overrated. He's going to be saying that he was fighting bums and now he stepped up against a real fighter and he lost. But the thing is, I think Terence Crawford knows that. And that's why I think we're going to get to see the best Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford is so motivated for this fight. I do believe there's probably still going to be excuses after this fight as well. People will say, well, Terence Porter's had a hard career. It's about time. If Terence beats Shawn Porter, you guys give him some respect and put some respect on his name. Because I've seen a lot of guys that every time when Terence Crawford's fighting somebody, they're saying, no, Terence Crawford's a bum, he's fought nobody. And then when he beats that guy, he never seems to get the credit. So now, if he beats Shawn Porter, hopefully some of you guys will give him credit as well. I feel like some people just don't want to give Terence Crawford credit, but this is a great fight. If he beats Shawn Porter and knocks him out, I believe he'll be the first man to do that. I do. Styles make fights in boxing. Just because Shawn Porter's tough and he comes forward and he's got a great chin doesn't mean that Terence Crawford can't stop him. Like I said, I believe that Shawn Porter's never fought anybody with the quick hands of Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford has punching power as well. He's a lot bigger hitter than Adrian Broner, and he's a lot more... He lets his hands go a lot more than Broner, and he goes to the head, the body. This guy is a beast. So don't think that, just because he he's coming down, he's coming up, and he's not a big guy, and he stopped Kell Brook. I know Kell Brook was maybe past his best, but look at the way he stopped him. He just hit him with a jab. This guy's got unbelievable timing. He's got unbelievable speed. He's got great footwork. That's another thing. He's got great footwork. The guy's a great fighter, and he doesn't seem to get the credit amongst the fans. And it's a bit disappointing because I think he deserves a lot more credit than what he receives. He does. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. If certain fighters don't want to step up and fight him, let's be honest, it's not Terence Crawford's fault that the Spence fight's not happening. It's the business side of things, and if anyone's holding up that fight, it's Spence. Terence Crawford has always said, I want to fight Errol Spence. If there's anyone that has, is holding up that fight, it's Spence. Everybody knows that. Terence Crawford stepped up and fought Shawn Porter. He stepped up, hasn't he? So if he's stepping up and fighting Shawn Porter, he's definitely not afraid to fight Errol Spence or Keith Thurman or any of those guys. But if someone says, I'm a big fish and I want 80%, I want 70%, then, of course, he's going to feel humiliated. He's going to feel I've achieved so much. I'm pound for pound one of the best in the world. Even though boxing doesn't work like that. And boxing works on, who sells more. And I get all of that. But, at the end of the day, Terence Crawford's not going to just back down and take 30% or 40% against Errol Spence. He's just not. This is a man of principle. And I just don't think that fight happens unless it's 50-50. It doesn't matter. I don't think that's why I don't think that fight's going to happen, because I don't think Errol Spence would agree to 50-50 personally. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong. Maybe now that Terence Crawford fights Shawn Porter, maybe, Terence Crawford may decide to fight him. Who knows? But I don't know. I have my doubts. I have my doubts if that fight ever happens, because I think there's a lot of roadblocks in the way to make that fight. I think there's a lot of things that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really want to see that fight, really badly, but I'm not sure if it happens, man. I'm not sure, and that's the fight I want to see. But firstly, let's not overlook Shawn Porter, because Shawn Porter's a great fight, and that's a fight that a lot of people are looking forward to. I think a lot of people now are looking forward to it because they think that Terence Crawford is finally going to fight somebody in the welterweight division that they believe could beat him. They'll like I said, Hopefully there's no excuses after this fight if Terence Crawford does win. And vice versa. If Porter wins, Porter's had an unbelievable career. He's fought them all. He's had a great career. You know, he's fought everybody, really. When you think about it, his resume is stacked. It's stacked, you know. So credit to Porter. He takes on all challenges, never ducks anyone. You gotta give respect to Shawn Porter. Even though he's not won them all, he's still fought everyone. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Terence Crawford will be the first man to stop Shawn Porter? Leave your thoughts and let me know. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.